Right. Hello, friends. Greetings. Welcome to How to Valen channel. This is A Valen stream. I have been doing uh, more number of AI in my workspace related videos compared to my DBA work of late. I believe myself because everyone is starting to accept AI that no one is left behind, and you cannot skip AI as well from your work. So, as part of this, whatever I'm experiencing, whatever benefits I'm getting out of AI in my work, I just wanted to share them with you, so you also benefit from it. So, one such thing normally I do is I do a lot of performance triaging, I do a lot of benchmarking, and one of the key tools which I rely on for my benchmarking or performance triaging is vmstat. Very useful tool, and I cannot imagine living in Linux without vmstat. A super wonderful tool. If you are not aware of what vmstat, I recommend you do a Google search and study about them. A very wonderful tool. Top by default it refreshes 3 seconds or something. But does that provide all the information as vmstat in a nicely presented format? Is yes, for starters, yes, but vmstat is much more way ahead, and we have SAR and other utilities. But my go-to tool is vmstat. If I wanted to do anything live, when it comes to performance staging or benchmarking, any live data I wanted to feed, I will only use vmstat. I never rely on top or SAR utility outputs. So that's about vmstat. And now today, what are we going to see is a particular situation in my work. I always do a video if I face a situation in my work, and if I think that it's worth noting it down, adding it to my journal, or publishing the video. If I think that it is worth doing that particular job, I start picking it up and doing it. So last week, I was troubleshooting a MySQL performance issue, and there was a uh, the way the I mean there was a issue reported by the end users that one of the key job which is accessed by external users, not even our internal customers, they're facing performance issues, and at times they get errors also. And this issue came to me as a DBA directly. The application team was engaged, but they said they didn't trust that there is an application issue. They wanted to check it from the DB what query the database was executing. Are they long running? Are there any bottlenecks in the DB side? And since being it is a PaaS instance, uh, our cloud team also saw high utilization of the PaaS instance, and long running queries reported in the PaaS instance in the Azure. And they told, let's engage DBA to get more details. So when I joined the call, I started accessing the database, and I started checking the queries. And for me, it did not show process list and show and other process or task list related views did not show me that any query is running longer. Then I was surprised why this issue is happening, and I myself accessed that external website. I saw myself the jobs are running slow. Not jobs, the access to the web page is very slow. Then I started reacting, and then I ended up checking the web servers. Uh, and I saw it's a two node web server, and one of the node is scattering to a large workload compared to the other node. I saw that particular moment, but I do not know, is it like this behaving all this time, or is it how it is behaving all the time? So I needed some metrics for it. So then I actually ran a test for 50 minutes. I had my vmstat running. Now I have a 50 minutes data and nearly 20 metric points in vmstat. If you start from running, blocking, swapped, free, cache, and buffer in, buffer out, swap in, swap out, and then user CPU compute, user uh, weights, system, and mm, idle, and then IO waits, and then timestamp, and then one more, two more things, context switches. If you consider all that, nearly 15 to 15 metrics or so, it will come up. I need to assess all that 15 metrics. How long am I gonna take? I saw really the workload difference between node 1 and node 2 because the first column which is running will show a difference at the first sight. So I saw it, yes, it's there. But what is driving this? Is it because of context switching or is it because of wait IO events? What's actually driving this load? Why is there a imbalance between the node 1 and node 2? Because ideally, I asked our cloud team, how is the application gateway behaving? And they showed me a metric that node 1 got 51% traffic, node 2 got 49% traffic, but that doesn't mean my node 1 is 50% or 60% average loaded versus my node 2 is 30% loaded. And from my experience, 60% average load is very high. If it is average 60%, that means the machine can anytime reach 100% of time, and that can persist for that 100, and it can stay on the 100% for a lot of time. 60% average workload is too huge. I've seen machines with 60-70% and a very large CPU, a very large number of CPUs, and we always will be very concerned about any sudden spikes, and that spike stays for a long time. The machine can go into a hung state or run a responsive state. So we need to be very cautious handling machines with an average CPU of 60 or 70%. Because those machines, if average itself is this, a sudden spike in workload or a sudden change in the workload demand, it can easily jeopardize your availability of your machine. But modern compute machines normally go into a hung state with CPU workload demand, but you do not know which CPU actually you're facing problem with. System CPU can easily put you in hung state. IO waits can easily put you in hung state, unresponsive state. So such things where I was very concerned why this node alone is having a 70% average workload compared to the other node. So I started triaging the incident. I collected the data, and then I was booked into multiple issues at the same time. I do I don't know what to do at that moment. So I got the vmstat output. I just gave it to Copilot. In my work, I was allowed to access Copilot which is Microsoft 365 Copilot. I gave it that file to it. It doesn't have any identity information, no host name, no personal identifier information, nothing. It doesn't identify anything, just metrics. And it failed. Hmm. Nothing surprising. It failed to do the work. It said the file is large, I cannot do anything. So, and I asked it to at least give me a comma separated file from the vmstat output. You can do, even if you ask me, why not you write a wrapper out of vmstat and put a comma as you wish? Yeah, you can do anything you want. I don't have that metric with comma separated value at the moment, but I want that now. I want Copilot to do that for me. It didn't do. It failed. And then I did a pre-processing. But now, even if I complete the pre-processing, next thing I only have to do, I need to plot the charts and I need to really see where the issue is coming from. Who is the parent? Who is the chicken? Who is the egg? So then I finally, again after pre-processing, I gave the processed data. Imagine I collected samples every 2 seconds, and I collected it for 50 minutes. That's nearly worth of 1500 samples. 15 columns. 1500 samples, 15 columns. That's too much of information to process. Alright. Now I gave it back to Copilot. And that's when, to my surprise, Copilot performed. And it did a fantastic job. A job which will take me 50 minutes and a focused 50 minutes. I cannot do multitasking when I do that. To plot the chart was done by Copilot in 2 minutes. I didn't accept the Copilot result as it is. I validated it because I know the data. I really love. I really saw the data. So I saw the spikes. I saw the peaks. I saw all the downs. Not all. I mean, random samples. I saw they were aligned in the graph that it generated. Now it generated the graphs. I asked for a vertical sliced graph. It used Python, Matplot, and other library and perfectly plotted the graph. And I asked it to narrow down a particular spot of spike. I asked it to focus on the 10 minutes interval. Yes, it did. I gave it in my own natural language. Focus on the first 10 minutes, last 10 minutes, middle 10 minutes. I gave it time frames. It worked. I was astonished. So I thought I shared with you today, but not in Copilot. I'm not going to try Copilot. I don't have Copilot license with me, but I'm going to use Gemini. I'm going to see if Gemini is able to perform equivalently well as Copilot. I know Copilot is sorry, Gemini is much better than Copilot. But let's see on our use case, is it able to perform? I'm going to see this myself along with you guys. Let's get started. I think I provided a sufficient background. This is our test scenario. Assess vmstat data using Gemini and generate charts and summary of the observation. Let's give it to the Gemini. So this is our CPU loader one. I'm loading it only one CPU, but I'm going to increase it to 2, 3, 4. And I'll run this. Second, in another session, I'll load one more CPU. I only have one CPU allocated for that, but I'll load one more CPU and I'll see how the machine is responding. That sluggishness in response or anything that I get out of the vmstat, I wanted Gemini to process it, and I'm going to see if Gemini is able to tell me what is the problem. So I'll give raw data first as it is. I'll throw the file, the vmstat output directly to Gemini and ask it to assess. Is it able to do it or not? I'll see. And I'm not going to load it for 50 minutes. I'm going to give it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But I know Gemini has a million token context window, so it can easily handle. I heard one time on in one of the podcast, I heard someone saying me Gemini can handle 1,800 page book PDF book in one go. So 50 minutes sample, 15 minutes, 15 matrices or labels, and 50 minutes interval and 2 seconds. That doesn't break Gemini. So absolutely fine. It will just easily handle it. And then if it fails, I'll pre-process it using notepad++. This is the command I'm going to use it for pre-processing it. The notepad, vmstat and notepad++. Finally, I'll give again the pre-processed file to Gemini and see if it is able to handle it. Okay, let's get started. This is our machine. This is our loading window. So I'm going to keep 2 sessions. Alright, so I got 2 sessions. If you see, I got only one CPU allocated for this machine. I just got one more session of this, right? So I'll keep increasing the load. So first, before I initiate it, I'm just going to pass the vmstat output. Right, I need to go into a directory, vmstat cpu, vmstat hyphen tt for time samples. I need it. T 28 09 25 vmstat.out. Right, fine. I need it for next 2000 seconds. Let it continue. I'm sure it's generated the info. Let me just check. Yep, it's loading. Yep, you can see here it's continuously loading. Yep, it's running, right? You can see here. Yeah, new samples are getting collected every 2 seconds once. All right, let's load the CPU now. I'm going to load one CPU. CPU is loaded, and you will see it's running, and you will see here the run queue bumped up. See here, it was 0 until sometime 2711. Now it's settling down. One processor is always running in the machine. It settled down, and you can see here user CPU is already 100%. It was 0 until here, and then it bumped up to 100%. This is absolutely loading my machine, hammering it. Now if I do one more, I'm sure my system CPU is going to bump up. Let's do that and see how this looks. Oh my god, my local laptop is also slowing down. and I don't know what it is going to do. Let's see. I think it's now two processes. It's still 100% CPU. I didn't break anything. The CPU is increasing 2, 3. The run queue is bumping up. Okay. It didn't break it. I like breaking. Okay. Let me break first. Let me do one more load. Let's do this. Let's see, now bumped up to 4. Still 100%. System CPU is still not reaching. System CPU is quite idle. I don't like it. System CPU should stable manage. Run queue is increasing. One CPU is able to handle 8 running processes. Cannot believe. Okay. Let's load it more. 5. So we put it at 4 CPU. So 4 processors are running, but still one single CPU is loaded. All right, let's give it a minute. Then let's see. All right, does not look like it seems to be an ant bite for this. I loaded it one more time. Now 5, 5, 5. It's not going any high. It's still able to manage. All right, so 6 including this. You see 5 here. There is 1. So it's going to settle down at 6. Yeah, settle down at 6. Oh, nothing happened. I loaded it more. Let's see what happens. Well, I did grow beyond 6. I I did load this many jobs. Yeah, I didn't load the jobs actually. Now I loaded it 10. Loaded it to 10. Yeah, 10 jobs. It's a little under 10, but it's not causing any big deviation. Right, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 matrices are labels are there. See, it's settled down at 10. Still 100%. No wonder. I don't think even if I load 100 times also, this is not going to create a problem for me. Okay. So the run queue is increasing, but it's not breaking my system. So absolutely fine. Now I think I'm going to cancel the test. I'll kill all the jobs. Mhm. I'm going to break. I'm going to kill all the sessions one by one. If it's one or more, it does not make any difference. I'll kill. I think I should now reduce by 5 the run queue. So it already went down to 5 and 6. Let's kill it here as well. Alright, killed. So the run queue should have automatically come down to 0. Right, yep. Let's cancel this. So we have sort of a bell curve wherein we had an increasing workload and then decreasing workload, right? This is a vmstat file. So I'll copy this file. Alright, now we will throw this file over to Gemini. Let's see if Gemini is able to handle it. Alright. Alright, so I got the file here. Let's throw the file over to Gemini. Okay. just gonna ask this. So I stop its response because it doesn't make any sense. Its response. Okay. So we attached the file, we generated it again, sent it to it. Let's see, it's analyzing. Show code and Copilot, it showed me exactly what it is doing. Okay, it's picking up the process. Oh, nice. The data extracted from vmstat out. Did it pick up everything properly? Yes. Wonderful. You wouldn't believe it has a lot of noise sort of thing. You see here, there is a noise here. It removed that line. It picked up this, and you see here it repeats every 10 or 20 samples. Oh my god, it rocks. Copilot, you need to be careful. See, it generated the data properly. Hide code. So it's going slow. Show thinking. Here's what I did. Right, it's still doing the processing, I think, but I don't know why it takes so long. My browser has become unresponsive. Come on. I don't need the show thinking. Analyzing the file access issues. At least my prior attempt to load the instead unsuccessful due to a file not found error. I mistakenly assumed the file is. Now I am carefully reviewing the file. Alright, dot out not CSV. Now I plan to file feature to extract our pass a space delimited vmstat output. And see matplotlib only it is also using or cbar. I have hit roadblock vmstat CSV. Apparently my simulation does not allow direct local file. This file content is explicitly passed as full content. I am stuck. This is a crucial limitation I need to address before moving for parsing the input. Here is what. Yeah, I don't need the thinking. Why are you still doing me the thinking? I don't want thinking. I need just a. Oh. Why are you not hiding your thinking? Yes, I don't need your thinking. Alright, the clock started, guys. It's. I know by the end of the recording or. Oh, come on. Anyway, let's see what it comes out. Maybe I will do one more thing. Give me a minute. Let's see if Notebook LM has a solution for this. Wait a minute. Okay, I open Notebook LM and I push the data. So it says, see, I attach a file system performance July 28, 2025. So all is fine. How do the system memory CPU change over time? What is the CPU utilization? Okay, I need plot. So I'll give the same prompt. It already processed, so we just need to say, can you please generate a vertical statement on summary? Let's see if he's able to do. I already fired it here. Did it do or not? Okay. It doesn't give up. Where is the chart? It still thinks. That doesn't look good. It doesn't plot. This is not good. Why I need to do that then? Copilot was able to do that. See, they want me to export this to sheets. It's done, creating sheets. Yeah, it's created it. It wants me to do it again manually. Why I need to do it? No, it's not. It's not what I expected. Uh, I felt Copilot. I am shame. I am feeling shameful for undermining Copilot's capability. I don't know. Gemini didn't do it. Notebook LM didn't do it, but Copilot did it. Okay, anyway, I'll pre-process this file and give it as a CSV. Let's see if that time at least it succeeds or not. Okay, so let's open it in our Notepad++. I can do a better job with the pre-processing. It doesn't take a lot of time. Let's open this file. Right, let's do this. Control H. Go here. In the find space, is add and replace it by comma. So this will replace all the white spaces with comma. Okay. Is regular expression. Yeah, it found now. Alright, it did. You can see. So it is not a concern here, but you will start seeing a problem. It did good. What did I heard was there was a comma here in my work. So I faced a challenge there. And the good news is there is a comma missing. Because you see, this is one really considers one field. See, here also a comma is missing. That's not good. I can do that. All I need to do is how many places? See, this is also a comma missed. Here also a comma is missed. I don't know. In the first line, it behaved well. Here only a comma was missed. It's idle 99%. Try the other one. It's regular expression only is matching. So it's I think there was a space here at the end. That's why I didn't realize that. Okay, cool. Now it will put a comma in the first line. You will see. Perfect. It worked as I did it in my office. See here, there is a comma. Everywhere there is a comma, even between the two timestamps. But that I can fix it. Timestamps are easy to fix. You just go here. Just say that replace this with 28 space 21 colon. The important thing is that you put a semicolon here. You keep the semicolon here. Alright, so this is done. Next step, what have I written in my notepad? This is pre-processing. So next is find the character. This is to replace the first comma, or sorry, first to put a comma in the first place. So find next. Wherever I don't see comma. Okay, give me a minute. All right. Oh, something happened. I don't know. My total notepad plus plus went in like a Quran. Everything starting from right to left. I don't know. I think I lost my notepad plus plus. Let me bring up this value again. All right. All right. So I had some hiccups, so the file got misaligned. Anyway, let's continue. So first thing we need to do this x20. So I'm just gonna repeat what I did before. Replace all. We know this. This will work. Next, we need to do this. This is to identify. So I'll show you. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, again I have a problem. Just give me a minute. There is a white space here. All right. So if you see here, there's a comma in the first position, and if you see here, there is no comma. This will create an anomaly. Okay. So we need to fix the next. That's this. Again, going to use regular expression to do that. Now you can see in front of 10 also this comma came. Now next thing we need to do is Control F mark. You need to go to the mark. So that's what I say. Find and bookmark such lines. So this line we don't need it repeatedly. Mark all. Okay, it marked. Next, we don't need these lines also. So now, but we need at least one statistics. So let's remove this. Others we don't need. Just go here. Search and bookmark. Remove bookmark lines. Done. So you got what you need. So I'm going to save this file. Just a minute. We need to give this output to notebook. All right. I got the file saved now. Sorry, I got. All right. I got the file saved now. I got both CSV and .x file. Let's give the file now to Gemini and see. We'll ask the same question if is it able to do it or not. So here we remove, we add a source. Just push this text file here. Okay, it's now, and then we'll use, because it's now a CSV file, so I think it may help it to do to some extent. That's a CSV file. Let's see if it's able to do. We have many models in Gemini. We can choose other models also if it's able to do it or not. Let's see. Okay, let it take some while. In the meantime, I'll see if any other tool can do this for me. See if Notebook LM came back. Approximately 5 minutes 46 seconds. Clear shift in activity. Initially, the number of runover processes zero. From 2152 onwards, there is significant increase. Values fluctuating between 1 and 13 and sustained workload 4 at the very end. And count drops back to 0 to 27, 28. Okay. There is number of block plus 0, memory swap and index consistent. So, system is not swapping. Free buffer. Okay, buffer in mostly 0. Buffer is mostly 0. Okay, it did good assessment, at least Notebook LM. I'm not let down by this. It still has not finished it. I still want the data in graphical format. Still gives me options to save this to Excel, but I don't want that. See, it's still plotting the data. I don't want this. Yeah, it did a fantastic job in putting the date first and then the values. It's being into the last hour. That's not a big deal. So I will still be able to get that one done easily. But what wonder it can do AI? Just give me a minute. Okay. Uh, I did some work because I never thought. I mean, in Copilot it worked out of the box. Like I messaged it, it gave me the response. But in Gemini, you have so many models to choose, so it didn't work in the beginning. At least the fast all-round help, the 2.5 flash is what I am using. I think the reasoning one or the previous model, whichever we used, did not work. Okay, it did not give me the result. But Flash, I gave the Excel. I asked it to process the vmstat and vertically sliced chart. You can see here it gave me a wonderful chart already here. But it's a low resolution image. So I show you this. This is a low resolution image. Yeah. It plotted everything 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it printed everything. You can see here. When I'm zooming in, I see the chart getting distorted. I don't want this. So I want only two charts like that together. So then I asked further. mm, Can can you put only two charts together, R and B together? And then it plotted like this. I don't want it like this because it makes no sense for me to see the blocked one. It's meaningless to see. It doesn't store any data. So then I asked it to vertically slice it. So then it vertically sliced. This image is much better. You can see here. This image, not this, not this. Yeah, not this as well. Yeah, this image will be much better. If you see here, this is the third image. I didn't download, I think, this image. That's why I don't see. Okay, you see here, this is much better image, right? The blocked and running. You see here, how did we load up the CPU? We added one load and then two and then four, 6, 8, 10. At one point in time, we put it at 10. See, clearly it shows a step in increase in the run queue. And the blocked also, it shows one time it was having a blocked process, I guess. So it properly shows the metrics. So let's validate. Towards the end, there was one blocked process, yeah? Towards 21:57:14. Does it show properly? 21:57:14. Yes. So the data is correct and the plot is also accurate. So not all the so don't just get carried away. Gemini is doing it. Maybe the thinking model is not doing it. Thinking model said, "I'll give you instruction. Use Google Sheet or any other Excel workbook or any other tool to develop the chart on your own," which I don't like. This is out of the box. I need, right? See, I got this now result, and then I asked, "Give me the result for user system CPU, IO weight, idle, and everything," and that also it gave, and that's the chart. You see. The initially the idle CPU was very high. See here the idle declining and the used CPU in user CPU increasing 200%. And this is system. You can now zoom in user system wait and idle. You see here it's plotting every 4 minutes one, but it is capable of plotting large number of data points, so you can use it. I'm not plotting any more charts, but I wanted to just show you that this worked. Okay, so fine. So notebook LM is not able to do. It says that you can use a spreadsheet program to create the charts on your own, which I don't like. So it's okay. And I saw Copilot is asking you to sign in. Copilot with sign in and using your corporate account, it's working fine. But without logging, it doesn't work. ChatGPT is asking you to sign in, log in to create, upload docs. So I'm giving up on this. Claude, you need an access. Again, you need to sign in. So I'm not doing that. And Gemini AI Studio, yes. Google AI Studio, yes, it can do if you choose Flash model. So if you choose Flash model, I think it should work. Okay. So I think this helped you. Let's go back to the downloads, right? Closed everything. So you can see here how nice and easy charting we did. We didn't make any effort. The charts were available for download, and you can see visually appealing and very good representation, and the resolution is also good, 1600 by 1600. So this looks nice for me at least, and I don't know how you guys like it or not. Give me your feedbacks on the comment section. I really saved a lot of effort. Say, time I would have spent nearly 40 minutes or 30 minutes on this plotting all the charts. At least the relevant charts I would have spent 40 minutes. But if I had to plot all 15 graphs, then it would have taken at least an hour or 1.5 hours for me. But Gemini was able to do it in 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Copilot was able to do it in 2 minutes. Copilot was much better. It generated a PDF document itself for me, assessing all the information and giving me the metric. I think just Gemini also can do it. I think maybe we can ask Gemini to generate a PDF doc for us. Summarize the CPU usage and generate a PDF. Let's see if it's able to do it. Because the Copilot did it. So I just wanted to see if this can do it. Unfortunately, I'm not. However, I can easily copy the text editor. Yeah, fine. It's absolutely fine. So, 174 samples were there. It's mean standard deviation, minimum 25% of time. It was 99. 50% okay. 70% 99. Max 100. Okay. Bucketing. But that's not right, isn't it? Yeah. So it's doing a bucketing. Okay. 99 of 174 samples were. Well, this is alright. Anyway, I'm not going to go into this data. But anyway, thank you. So my purpose I think is achieved in this call. This video. All I wanted is AI to do the charting work for me. I don't want to do that work. And it did it. And this way I save nearly 40 minutes of my effort, and that I can spend it on again learning a new AI skill and use it in my life, use it in my work life or in personal life to improve my productivity. I hope you really like this video. If you really like, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to How to Learn channel, and like to my channel and share it with your friends so they also get to know about the latest trending technologies and how to use the AI tools really in your work life to improve your uh, productivity and focus on learning more about the other AI tools and technique. And I may be doing more and more AI videos, how to put my job, for example, in my work life, where all I can use AI. I will start exploring them, and as and when if I found something interesting, I'll share it with you guys. Thanks for joining with me today. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.